Hello everyone, this is my first video, and what I wanted to do is do a kind of review of my car, which is a Nissan Micra K11 from 2001. This will be recorded on a not so good phone, using the microphone of that not so good phone, so this isn't going to be top quality production, but it's just kind of something I've wanted to try for a while, and yeah. The Micra K11 is probably one of the most iconic out of the Micra series. The first one you had was the Mark 1, which is the K10, which had a much more boxy shape. And then you had the Mark 2, which is this one. This example was a 5-door. You get these in 2 doors as well, or 3 doors, sorry. Then you had the Mark 3, Mark 4, and then there's a new one coming out. I don't know how much Mark there is after this, because I'm not really interested. But yeah, this example is a 1 litre, which is not the most powerful engine, but it is said to be the most reliable. The reason why this car is pretty iconic is that although yes it has a bulletproof engine, it is more known as a car that many people would have known someone with, would have had as their first car, would have had driving lessons in, and seen on shows such as the In-Betweeners. These firstly came to Japan in 1992, and then in 1993 they came over to the UK, and you can get, I believe, 2 engine options, which was the 1 litre distributor engine and the 1.3 distributor engine. These lasted till around the year 2000, when the 1.4 came out, and so you had 3 versions that you can get of this car. In other countries, I believe there was a 1.2 and a 1.5 diesel, which was a Peugeot engine. Despite all the engine sizes, there was 2 main engines that you could get. There was a coil pack and the distributor. The distributor would have been made from around 1992 to around 1998. And then the coil pack engine was introduced, and they were made alongside each other to the year 2000. And then from the year 2000 on to around 2003 in the UK, and I think in other countries 2007, like Japan. I don't know if they still make these in some countries, I doubt it, but yeah. So you could only get the coil pack engine after that, which is obviously the better and more reliable engine. This car had 2 major facelifts. The first coming in 1998, which replaced this model with this one. And the main way you would tell the difference is on the front. So on the second facelift, you would have you wouldn't have ginger gators, and the grills would have just been flat. Other than that, I don't really know if much is different on the other side of the car. Obviously, the earlier models, the first one to come out, the pre-facelift, didn't have coloured bumpers. If they did, they would have been in a high spec. But I believe after the first facelift, all of them would have come with coloured bumpers. So enough boring history about the K11 Micra. We should talk more about this specific model. As I've mentioned, it's the 1 litre coil pack engine. This was produced in the year 2001 in February. It's the 5-door, which is not the more sporty one. But if you want cheaper insurance, and if you want to carry your mates around, although it's not really advised because the rear suspension goes quite far down, then this is pretty good. But in my opinion, the 5-door has been much more practical, because I can put stuff in the back that I need to. I can fold the rear seats down and I can access it from these doors here, and easily load stuff in. So I found that much more useful. Although this isn't really meant to be used as like a van, I have done it a few times when I need to, and it's been really good. Some of you may have noticed that this car actually has the original dealer plates on the front and the back. So I'll show you the front ones. And those of you who hasn't already gone and checked the MOT history, the mileage on this example is only 31,442. I've got on 29,000, which means I've done roughly 2,400 miles in it, and it's never let me down really. I have overheated once, and that was because the fan wasn't actually working, like it just wouldn't turn on. And that was a relay and some wiring that had corroded, and I got that repaired recently. The other problem that I've had with this car was it was running lean, but that didn't really make the car just stop working. It just kind of didn't like starting and didn't like running. But that's all sorted now, so the car's all alright. The issues with this car can't really be blamed on the car itself, but more of the way it's been used. It only done 29,000 miles in 24 years, which is absolutely nothing. And since my ownership of 4 months, as I said, I've done around 2,400 miles. It's a lot more than it's done in the past decade. So obviously, when you start using the engine more, parts that are probably original who are 24 years old, they are going to start going wrong, and problems like the fan are going to appear, which I believe is an issue that's been there for many years, because the previous owner only did around 200 miles a year in the past, previous years before I bought it. So I doubt they would have noticed, because they would have mainly been going to the shops and back. Apologies for the clutter in the boot. I do need to sort this out, but the boot space in this car is actually pretty good. It is my first car, so I don't really have any anything to compare it to, but it does fit a lot, and I've got a lot of stuff in there. This is my toolbox, which is an old ammunition case. I've got this box just to keep stuff secure, not flying around. I say that, but there's just a bunch of stuff everywhere. That's a what's it called? I don't remember. An exhaust, and it's a throttle body, sorry. And here's my shoes, my steel-toe boots. So all the stuff you need, and some tools in there as well. It came with the car. Spare tyres underneath, but obviously I can't really take it all out. Still got the original tyre on, it's never been used. The tyre's from 2001, so don't really want to be using that, do I? Now, move over to the engine bay, but I won't be able to do this with one hand, so here it is, the 1 litre engine. 16 valve twin cam. That was a big flex back in the day. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about. It's quite a simple engine, easy to work on, except the oil filter. When I tried to remove that, it would look like it was been put on by Hulk. It was really tight on, and it's in not a very good place. Other than that, completely fine. You can also see when I did my service, I spilled a bit of oil, and I didn't really clean it up. So that's something that needs to be done, because it looks a bit dirty. But what can you expect? There's not really much to talk about. If you are interested in buying one of these, make sure to check this cross member down here. That really likes to rust, and you're going to have to check underneath. And there's a bit of plastic that covers it. So yeah, that's a good thing to check. Obviously, if you are buying a car, check the oil and all that. Make sure the fan works. Just do your obvious inspections. Now I think we should have a look inside. Interior wise, it's as simple as the engine really. There's not much to it. You've got your steering wheel, no rev gauge. All you've got is your fuel, speed and your temperature. Down here is your bonnet latch, blanking plate for whatever reasons. Winding up windows. Got an airbag on the steering wheel. Got a steering wheel height adjuster. You got a little storage space down there. Make that. This is aftermarket. This would have been a ashtray, but I don't smoke, so I've replaced it with a cup holder, which is much useful, because the design flaw on these is if you try to put a bottle in there, this gets in the way of it, and it's really annoying. Aftermarket radio. I do have the original one. It would have been a cassette player. Basic heat controls, no AC. Got your rear window heater and your hazard lights. No passenger airbag. Got your glove box. It's just got CDs in it and the owner's manual. Service history. Up here you've got a slot for a pen, which is pretty useful, and then you've got your just little storage space here. And yeah, there's not much to talk about. Got a mirror on this one. In the back there's absolutely nothing. Just your wind up windows again. This weird thing, which you might mistake for an ashtray, but it's not. I don't know. I actually have no idea what this is. Oh, that's the first time I've ever done that. Oh, that makes sense. Just remove the handbrake then. Handbrake bolts. I've got the task of trying to put it back together. There we go. Now we'll see the space you have in the back seat. Now I've been a passenger in a 3-door, and I must say the 5-door is much more comfortable. I believe these are a few inches longer than the 3-door, but this is in my driving position and I wouldn't mind being here for like a 2-hour journey. It's not the worst, but you know, I could handle it. Obviously you've got no headrest. The front seat is a bit close, but if you just relax your legs, or you just sit behind the passenger, depends how many people are going. But you really wouldn't want to take more than 3 people on a longish journey, preferably only 2, because this thing, you can really feel it, the weight, when there's more, because the engine just isn't powerful enough. It's only got like 59 horsepower, but other than that, it's pretty comfortable. You may have noticed I've got speakers on the rear parcel shelf. These aren't actually aftermarket. You can get these on higher specs, but I installed this one on this car because I just wanted to, and because you can. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for a review. Obviously, if you want to buy one of these, the main problem is going to be rust. So obviously, the areas you want to check out, I've already mentioned down there. On the arches on the back here, on the front wheel, and on this one, on the front of the arches, just here, as you can see, this example has a little bit of rust. Well, I say a little bit, but it's just surface rust. So I will sort that out. So I'm not going to let it eat the car alive. This side is surprisingly the better side. You'd expect it to be the opposite, but yeah.